Take 5. Head to toe. When was your last checkup? Your last examination? Have you been putting it off, thinking it's time to reschedule, but not actually taking the time to set it up? If you're anything like me, I dread going to the doctor. I will literally wait until that final moment, that absolute necessary moment to get that appointment scheduled. Let's not delay any longer. Let's take 5 to get our spiritual checkup from, yes, you heard right, head to toe. We are expected to be seen by our natural doctors at least once a year to be sure we are in good health, to see if there are any early signs detecting areas that need to have more thorough testing done. When sicknesses or injuries come, we need to be seen more on a regular basis. But today, what about our spiritual checkup? Are you dreading that spiritual checkup? Not wanting to face the warning signs that a checkup is needed and actually is way overdue? Well, I'm glad you accepted this call, this appointed appointment that can be life-changing. Today, this checkup will be an in-depth examination from head to toe. In our spiritual life, we tend to concentrate on one certain area, one area that needs to be strengthened, that area that seems to be weaker than the others, which we should. But if we stay focused on that one particular area too long without correcting those weak areas, it can cause other areas to go unattended. And some areas that go unattended can become infirmities. Infirmities? What is that? An infirmity is a physical or mental weakness. Not being firm or sound is weak. It's not solid or stable and not able to be used. The Bible speaks of several individuals that had issues, or shall I say infirmities, for some for many, many years. How about you? Are you detecting an infirmity? How long have you had this infirmity? How much longer will you choose to live with this infirmity? How much longer will you remain weak, not being able to be used? God desires that we be made whole from head to toe. Not some, not part of us, but all of us, head to toe. Let's begin. Our minds, a renewing of our minds. We must refuse the infirmity of confusion. Many are confused in this hour and time that we are living in. But this checkup will shake off the confusion and have us seeing it's time for a renewing of our minds to take place, to begin thinking positive and not negative. And now to our eyes, reject the infirmity of not seeing ourselves as our Savior does. We will see that we are created in His image when we see things and others and ourselves as God does. Now our ears. Let's reject the negative infirmities the enemy that tries to torture us with. Refuse the voices of the enemy and have an ear only to hear the promises of God. And now our nose. We will not be deceived of the stench of this world. God will allow us to sense when something is wrong and not right. Let's inhale and exhale. Take some deep breaths. Our mouths. He wants the infirmity of fear to go, and that we, with our mouths, begin speaking with the authority and power that has been given unto us when those attacks come. Let's move down to our shoulders. We reject the spirit of heaviness that tries to make it impossible to carry the loads of life that can cause us to begin to bend or break. Tear down the infirmity of heaviness. Our spine. He desires that our posture to look victorious and not defeated. And our hearts must be made whole. He needs it all the broken pieces, so He can make it whole. Our arms, that they may be strengthened to carry out His plan for our lives. And now our hands, they can't be left out. They shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. Our legs are to be directed down the straight and narrow path to avoid the infirmities that try to cause us to stray away. And our feet, they can't even have infirmities. They are to tread on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy. Now that we're coming to the end of our spiritual checkup and all of our areas have been covered, it is safe to say you are fully covered. You have been made whole. You are now free. You are no longer bound from head to toe.